How are you both, everyone in the chat?
Yeah, we're all good, my
Brian.
friend.
Good
Just
to see you.
still getting over the Palace result and game and performance and everything to do with that. But football comes around another game comes around very quickly, and a very big game at that as well. So how are you feeling coming into this one? How's your nerves? Have you got nerves? Has it started yet?
Nerves hasn't started yet. I'm just praying to the gods big time for a Spurs win more than ever. Main reason being, it's Ilana's birthday the next day, and the last thing she needs is an irate Brian going out of a cup when all I want is a cup.
Hashtag pray for Ilana.
I don't want to do anything. Piss off. We're not doing anything. Yeah, so please, Spurs, don't let me down.
And if Spurs win, it's going to be the most romantic Brian Daigle he's probably ever seen.
It'll be everything. Yeah, I can't cook, but I'll learn to cook. Whatever she wants to get. Yeah, no, but listen, I've said to you all, and I've been very outspoken. All I care about this year are the cups. It's all I care. Where we finish in the league, listen, I don't want to finish in the bottom half, whatever, but I'm really not fussed what goes on in the Premier League. It's ending that trophy drought and bringing silverware back to White Hart Lane. That's all I'm concerned about. And this is a massive opportunity to play a weakened Manchester City to advance to the next round. I am concerned. The concern? I'm so conflicted at the moment, guys, because I don't know if I want as stronger squad as we can and get and play and no excuses and pay back for Palace. But like Simeon said, I don't want it if we lose. Oh, they played last Sunday and they're tired and whatever. And I don't know right now if I think that second string that played in Europe give more fight, power, and dedication to trying to win a game of football than the first teamers. I really don't at the moment.
Yeah, but you look at it, Brian, at home, we usually put up a really good fight. We made 9 changes against AZ Alkmaar. We got through it 1-0. Obviously, against Karabag, we won 3-0. But then in the Premier League, when we played our first team, 4-0 against Everton, 3-1 against Brentford, 4-1 against West Ham. I mean, we are, apart from the Arsenal game, we've seemed to be blowing away every team that we're playing at home.
Yeah, because they haven't been the big teams, and now a big... Listen, whatever team Man City play, it's a very, very good team they play. But what I would say, a couple of changes I would like to see from your predicted lineup. I actually want to see Archie Gray start in midfield. We bought him and said, right, he's going to be a midfielder. That's his primary position. We've seen him covering at right back when we have a right back ready to cover Porro. So I put Spencer at right back, Player Doji left back, and I put Gray in midfield for someone. I'm not too sure which one, but we keep saying we want to see Archie Gray in midfield. If it's a weakened Manchester City team at home, let's see what the kid can do. Why do we keep putting him out wide out on the right?
It's an opportunity, though, to really physically dominate them in the centre and make sure if they are going to play 2 kids, if we just stick like Bentancur and Sarr in there, maybe we can overrun them.
Yeah, Simeon, you've got a really good point. But Archie Gray, who played obviously a massive amount of games for Leeds, yes, a lot of them were right back. He's not a bad player. He's a he excelled in the Championship. There's no reason to say why he can't succeed in midfield. I get what you're saying. If does that midfield work? Does Sarr I think has to start. But I can't remember who was your midfield 3 you went for. Bentancur, Sarr. Who was the Croatia one you went for?
Decky.
Yeah, I mean this is why I hate these companies. all I care about. But listen, like I said, the most important thing is we get a resounding 180 from the performance we saw on Sunday. Yeah. You guys travelled, as did many other thousands. It wasn't acceptable. This game, and let's not forget what's at stake here. There is going further in the cup. Whatever team that that plays. If we go through, brilliant. Next round, one of the biggest fish has got out the draw. If we don't get a win, and one cup goes down, then obviously it's a completely different story. I
mean, Brian, there's a stick to beat Ange with whatever lineup he goes for if we lose, isn't there? Because if we go too weak, he'll say, why didn't we go full strength? If we go full strength, he'll say, why didn't we rest players? I mean, there's a stick to beat him with whatever happens if we lose.
It is, and the way I'm looking at it as well, you guys, I don't know if people in the chat are as well. The game that's scaring me the most is obviously Galatasaray away. I know the result, because we've got 3 wins, is kind of, it's not going to have a huge impact. But like I was talking to you on the phone the other day, Ben, our last 2 away games, Brighton and Crystal Palace, and we choked. Nice little welcome to hell. I'm sure they're not going to know what hit them hostility-wise. Does he have one eye on that and getting as high as he can in that? I don't know. I mean, I want to see Tottenham go full out for this. I want to see. Take Gray out of where we said with the midfield guys. Would you? I know there's a discussion with which fullback do you drop for Spence to play, because I'm sure Spence will play one on the other side. He'll start on. I think Porro does need a rest, and for God's sake, we signed Spence as a right back. And all the minutes he's getting is at left back. Let's see what this kid can do in his natural position. Surely that's what we need to do.
But Doggy had 90 against RZ. He had 90 on the weekend. Does he not? We've seen when we've overplayed him, the trouble he's been put in. So does he not need a bit of a rest for this one?
So he's a 22-year-old kid. Yes, it's fast and flowing football. He can play about. You do have the option. Start with Destiny. And then if it gets like that after 65 or whatever minutes, you can either put Ben Davies there or move Van der Ven out there, Van der Ven starting, and put Ben Davies in the middle. Or you can put Spence there and bring Porro on. So
I might prefer, to be honest, I think I might prefer Gray at left back and put Spencer right back. I think that's probably a better solution.
What about Van der Ven? What about Van der Ven at left back? That's a good idea. Van der Ven at left back with Dragoshin and Romero at centre backs and Gray at right back.
Yeah.
Or Porro at right back.
Bad idea.
Spencer right back. Spencer right back.
Or Spence. Sorry, Spence. Yeah.
So
I think that would be really, and Van der Ven will combat Savinho really well, in my opinion.
There you go. Look, the 3 of us. Look at us together. Let's go through the combined 11 again, and let's rearrange it. But yeah, no, I just want to see. I don't know why Spurs do this, where we've got players that play in set positions. We're like, yeah, well, we haven't got anyone there. You just play there. You play there.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Brian. Like Archie Gray played the majority of last season at right back for Leeds. He only played a handful of games in the middle of the park.
I bet I'm with you on that, but when we signed him, and Spurs came out and said he's going to be a midfielder.
Yeah,
long time,
exactly. So when we have the opportunity, let's give him the minutes to see what he can do there. We don't play him there.
Wait, Brian, you're saying how important this game is, and you're saying you're desperate to get through, and you only care about the cups, and now you're saying let's see how an 18-year-old kid does in midfield. Let's just chuck him in there to see how.
Yeah, because he's going to be playing against 2 kids. If he's playing against Rodri and others, and De Bruyne, I'd be like, or Gundogan, I'd be like, oh, wait a minute.
Gundogan will probably play.
Oh, shut up, Ben, with your logic. Okay. Right. Let's revert back. Let's go back to Spencer right back is all I want. That's all I want. I wouldn't mind. Do you know what was your front line?
It was Johnson on the right, Timo on the left, and Solanke up top.
I would swap Timo for Richie.
Richie on the left. The thing is, Richie hasn't looked at it so far. I think he's still recovering.
I still think do you know what? And I will give him his credit. When Werner came on Palace, he put in a couple of great crosses in. Mm-hmm. Didn't do much else, but he did put a couple of good crosses in.
Which is more than most other players, to be fair.
No, seriously, Simon, you're right. But this is the thing. I think he comes on now in those kind of time frames and with tired defences and stretches them and tries to get a couple of those crosses in. He made that good cross against AZ Alkmaar for Mikey Moore.
Yeah.
Didn't do much else. Came on against Palace, put in a couple of good crosses. I think he's now more of an impact, and I just want to see the shithousery of Richarlison and Solanke playing together. We've tried so many things, and I think Richie can go on the left. And one thing Richie will do, if Solanke is dropping deep to get the ball, he might instinctively go central, and then at least there is a finisher in the box. So I would rather have Richie on the left.
I just don't think Richie gives us on the left what Ange wants from a winger. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Do you think Werner does?
More than Richie, yeah.
This is what we've come to. And I woke up to see the news that Odebear has been back, played 2 minutes, and got a serious injury again.
Yeah, and Son is a doubt for the game as well. Son will
What is
probably play
going on?
Villa game.
What goes on at that training ground?
I don't know, man, but we've
Injuries are a
got
part of football.
we've got our new Eric Lamella and Darren Anderton on the wing.
It's looking that way, but like I said, getting back to it, this is a huge opportunity. And let's just hope we can go through to the next round, because our manager's always, like he said he wins things in the second season. Let's face it, this is probably the easiest one to win out of all the other cups we've got. This is like the one where it's not as many rounds. Teams are rotating a lot. So let's hope we can just take this opportunity. And tomorrow, when you're at the game and people are watching it wherever they are in the world, and people doing fan shows and everything after, can come on and be happy that we're through to the next round and knocked out a huge fish, and hope we get a nice easy tie in the next round and march to Wembley.
If we do go
on the other hand, it could be,
go on.
could be bad.
Go on. Yeah,
I was about to say something. God,
I was going to say, if we do go out tomorrow, Brian, if the worst does happen and we City knock us out, what does that mean for Ange, for you, in terms of question marks around him or anything like that? Is that another question mark against Ange if we go out tomorrow?
I think listen, you can't get away from, if we go out of the cup, it's another question mark. It's a question mark. I still back Ange. I still want Ange to succeed. I still want Ange to give him time. But as we all know, this is a result-based performance, result-based business. And the manager is kept in a job based on results. And if we go out of a cup, when I know there's a majority, not majority, but a lot of the people I know and speak to want a cup more than anything else to end this jinx, hoodoo, whatever you want to call it, drought, famine. I think more petrol gets put on the fire. I was speaking to someone yesterday. Put it this way, the way I'm looking at it right now, and I'm fully in the, I can't believe I'm saying this, the Ange in camp. I can't believe we're having an Ange in, Ange out, whatever. But I'm fully on the Ange in. But I was looking at it, and the way I've looked at it right now is if we were going to court, as in that Ange keeps his job, and we were going to court, and you've got the defence and the prosecution. If you're looking at if you're the lawyer for the Ange out, these stats that are coming out, these facts that are coming out, these results are heavily stacking on that favour, isn't it? If you're going to be the solicitor of one of them to represent Ange staying or Ange going, there's more stuff right now piling recently because of the performances to say, right, I think the manager should be out because of this, and this. I just hope tomorrow more petrol isn't put in that fire and another cup we're out of, and Ange succeeds, because I want the man to do well. I want the man to have the time on his contract.
Brian, you know how I like my hypotheticals.
Oh, here we go.
If I gave you two buttons, no joke.
Here we go again. Let's bring that back.
Would you, if we?
1 second, Brian. There's something wrong with your audio.
Oh, is there?
Oh no, it's better now.
Right,
it's better now.
Obviously, in our next three league games, sorry, in them we have Villa at home and Man City away in our next 3 league games. So if I offered you losing tomorrow but winning those 2 games, or winning tomorrow and losing, or winning tomorrow and losing those 2 games, what are you choosing?
Don't even need to think, mate. Win tomorrow, lose 2 league games.
So you lose to Villa at home and City away, and win tomorrow. But we could be winning at the Etihad and beating Villa if we lose tomorrow.
No, I listen. Like I've said, I came on at the start of this show, and I've been saying all season, league finish means nothing to me this season. I don't think we get top 4, so there's no point pushing for it. I just don't think there is any chance, especially with the start we've got. So the easiest road to get Champions League is to win the Europa League. Which I think we have more of a chance of winning the Europa League than finishing top 4. I want the FA Cup more than anything. For the rest of my life, that cup will mean more to me than anything. That cup is very, very special to me. And the League Cup we have going. So if you said to me, we win tomorrow and lose to Man City and Villa in the Premier League, I will take winning tomorrow every single time.
We say, Brian, that the league position doesn't matter to you, and I've heard a few people say that it's all about cups this year. League position doesn't matter, but like I can't think that we finished 10th or 11th or 12th or whatever it may be that even if we win a Carabao Cup, you'd be particularly happy.
I would be. Well, I want to win a cup. Listen, Tottenham without making us sound like the great football club and the massive, huge club that we are, where we are right now as a club, Tottenham Hotspur should never finish 12th in the Premier League. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Correct.
We should have the quality in the players to always make sure that happens, and the manager. And I firmly believe that. But if you gave me 12th in the Carabao Cup right now, I'll bite your hand off. 12th in the FA Cup, bite your hand off. 12th in the Europa League, bite your hand off. It's one season.
How low do you go until you turn it into a disgrace? Like, do you go 13th?
Yep.
14th?
Yep.
15th?
Put it this way, as long as we're not in the relegation 3.
So 17th in the Carabao Cup you're taking?
Yep.
So would you take Eric Ten Hag at Spurs then?
Hell goddamn no.
Why? Well, it's exactly what he did. He finished 8th and won an FA Cup.
I will tell you now that if we got rid, and this is, I really don't want to be having this discussion because I don't want him gone. The one manager that played the kind of football that I really did want, as in outside of the Premier League, is about to go to Manchester United. The other one would have been Alonso, but we're never ever going to get near him. But if I had to take someone from the Premier League, it would have been the man I wanted before Ange Postecoglou, and it's Thomas Frank.
But according to your criteria, Ten Hag would have done the job you wanted at Spurs.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can't guarantee it, can you? Can't guarantee he comes to Tottenham and then wins cups.
But if I offered you, he would do the job at Tottenham and he did Man United, then you'd want him, wouldn't you?
What if he won an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup back to back, finished in the top half of the table in both seasons? Yeah, I would.
Well, he actually finished third. He finished third in his first season, didn't he?
Third in a Carabao.
Yeah, I think let's be sure. Even if you asked everyone in your chat right now, and I don't know how many people
but why do you think Man United fans are not happy with him? Why do you think they want him gone if he's losing cups?
Well, Sim, that's an easy one. Manchester United. Let's not kid ourselves. Manchester United, for a majority of my lifetime, and I'm 45 now, have been winning leagues, challenging for leagues, winning Champions Leagues, winning FA Cups. They have had a dynasty of success. Sim, I can remember we've won 6 trophies in my life. Okay, 3 of them I can clearly remember: 91-08 and 91-99-08. Manchester United have won that in one season.
It's true.
What I've seen, Manchester. I was too young for. I was 81. I was 2 years old. 82, obviously 3 years old, and 84, 5 years old. The other 3 trophies came, like I said. Manchester United have won that 6 that I've had in my lifetime in about 3 years.
Yeah, you can't compare. You can't compare
exactly,
Man United and Tottenham.
Exactly. So if someone, and if Ange could give me right now the 2 seasons or whatever, the 2 seasons that Eric Ten Hag had, I would be over the goddamn moon. I think Spurs fans would absolutely be over the moon with him as well, and think of him as a goddamn king for winning back-to-back trophies.
Yeah. Look, if Ange did the exact same job Eric Ten Hag has done at Man United,
we'd be delighted.
Ange will go down as probably our best manager in the Premier League era.
He would be. He would be.
And he's going down as one of Man United's worst managers of the Premier League era.
And that's the difference.
Yeah.
And back to the court theories, the defence rests. Because there's no doubt. But I don't really want to talk about Ange out stuff because I could not be further from Ange out if you tried. I am fully on board the Ange charge, and let's just hope he's given the time to do so.
Score prediction, Brian?
Well, I was going to go 2-1, and Simeon said it. Then I said, you know what, I'll go up one, I'll say 3-2, and then you said it. So I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go 1-1, and we win on penalties.
Win on penalties. Come on.
Go for the drama.
Love that. Brian, always a pleasure to speak to you, my friend.
Always a pleasure, guys.
And
have a great day.
have a good rest of your day, mate.
I will do. And you guys and everyone in the chat. Speak to you later. Ta-da.
Big up. If it's a good point. Like if Ange did do that, yeah, win an FA Cup, finish third, and then finish eighth and win a Carabao Cup the next season and get sacked the season after for a really poor start. I mean, that would go down as probably our best manager in Premier League history.
Well, it was Carabao in third and FA Cup in eighth. But yeah, I mean, if he got third in a Carabao, that would be our best season in Premier League. I mean, statistically, that's reality.
How if he did do that, how would you stack him up against like the peak Pochettino era?
If he, well, obviously he'd won more trophies. I would say, obviously, Pochettino got his team. We got finished second.
But
third,
Pochettino
second,
was
third.
statistically the best team in the Premier League over a 2-year period.
He finished third, second, third, then got a fourth in a Champions League final.
Yeah.
So, is Ange's team better? Is a team that win more trophies better, just because they win more trophies? Not necessarily.
They're not necessarily better because I think you're ultimately judged on, league form and everything like that. But Spurs historically have been a cup team pretty much since the 60s, haven't we?
Not for a while.
Not for a while, but I mean, from the 60s all the way till 91, we were very much considered as a cup team, and no one ever talks about where we finished in the league, and everyone talks about how glorious it was to win those cups. Pochettino never got over the line, never won anything. So surely if Postecoglou can, let's say he does.
Is Ramos better than Pochettino?
No, but at least he got over the line.
I know, but would you rather that tenure than Poch?
No. But 2 cups is a bit different, though. 2 cups back to back.
2 cups is different.
Yeah, back to back,
But
2
one cup.
cups.
A cup's a cup, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a cup, but also FA Cup is a lot more prestigious than a Carabao Cup.
So 2 cups back to back, but then he'll be gone. I mean, I guess Poch went as well, but Ten Hag went because Poch didn't go. Obviously, we were bad in that last few months, but probably was a mistake to let him go when we did because things didn't improve. But Ten Hag, he just, I don't know. And since they won the Carabao Cup, they've just been pretty poor. They've been on a massive downward spiral for a long time. Like, would you really want to watch that week to week just for a cup? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you would, but football's I want to enjoy watching my team. I don't think Man United can say they have done that, even though they won the cups.
Yeah, but you were very willing to take a Mourinho and a Conte because you thought it was guaranteed success and you thought it was a guaranteed trophy.
Yeah, because we had 5 years of a process. But I thought as well, as much as Mourinho's teams, when it works, it can be quite good, quite exciting. When you're counter-attacking and playing good football.
you knew full well you're going into it with your eyes open what kind of football was going to be week in, week out.
The difference between something that's structured, yes, not the most exciting, but it's working, and Ten Hag's football where it's something that just doesn't work and it's boring and it's bad. And it turned out to be that way anyway with Mourinho. But and obviously it wasn't good. That's why we got rid of him. But I want to see my team build something, or I want to see enjoy watching week on week. And yes, I would enjoy the day out of the Carabao Cup, but that doesn't get you anywhere. It just, yes, you get a great day out, and we all want that and we all miss that, and it's been so long. But also don't want to just stop enjoying watching Spurs, and that might happen.
Yeah, but I mean, you're never going to not enjoy watching Spurs because this is Ange Postecoglou and we know the way he plays his football. So it is going to be Ange. I'm just talking about results.
So what's the question?
So the same, 3rd, Carabao Cup, FA Cup 8th, and he gets sacked the next year for a poor start to the season, or Pochettino's reign?
Or Pochettino's reign.
And this is under Ange, so we'll be playing the football that Ange plays.
then yeah, I'll take it under Ange.
All right, there we have it. But yeah, I think that is it from us today. Obviously, back tomorrow live. Watch along starting off at 8 o'clock with Barnaby and Amir, the pre-match pump-up with the perfect match coming up beforehand. And yeah, get in to have your say on the post-match fan show after the game tomorrow. Me and Sim going to be there at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, hopefully coming back with no voices and cheering Spurs into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup.